I believe when I came with this statement 1 month ago under Standing Order 44-2C, I want to really appreciate the committee for taking over and to now follow through and bring in this report, to thank the Speaker for giving us that opportunity to just going to the ground and listening to many of the stories that the women were saying. But more importantly, when I read the report, Mr. Speaker, it means that we now need to move to the next level. I think it is always sad when we talk about issues of women, issues of conjugal rights and all this sexual harassment in this country, where we've just made it as if it's very simple. I mean, if it's in Europe today, I think it is the men, everyone would have resigned. But in our country, I think in Africa, because we are used to another different culture, which we appreciate. But then, having seen all this, Mr. Speaker, we come back now and ask ourselves, the families. Yes, we have the victims, but what about the children? The torture they are going through up to today. Some of them maybe are born from all this. They wonder what to say when they stand. Who is my father? Because maybe when you were raped at that time, you never know they got pregnant. We haven't even spoken about that. So even as we look at it, we have to look at it how it affects deeply different families. And Mr. Speaker, it's not just Kericho. It is in our offices, it is in our houses, it is everywhere where sexual harassment finds itself. You find yourself maybe in a family where a man will decide the house nanny has become also the wife. That is sexual harassment. And so it's not about just Kericho. We are saying it has come out, we have to deal with Kericho, but we know in the flower farms, in all these farms, in every companies that we have huge numbers of employees, everyone now fighting, Mr. Speaker, to have at least maybe a right to be promoted. It must either go through this process. So, Mr. Speaker, in this House, it is also very unfortunate that when we are talking about sexual harassment, we come again and talk about our own sexual harassment. It is very unfortunate that even, as you said, Mr. Speaker, it is unfortunate that we can even try to imagine we are speaking about it, but because it is there, Mr. Speaker, and we must deal with it, and I want to tell the women of Kenya, we must deal with this matter once and for all. It is important to now come out clear as women of Kenya that when we go into our private lives, you are not going alone. You have the same man there. And therefore, for you to come out and now cyberbully and remove and destroy a whole family, especially the children. Forget about the victim, the children. I remember, Mr. Speaker, it was very sad when I saw my friend's son, an Alliance boy, who was doing actuarial science at Nairobi University, leaving school because of such madness. And we cannot allow again another child and another child to get into depression because of a man who has gone berserk. Because you must be a very, very evil person, evil man, to do what you have done. And whoever did even the photos and giving up, Mr. Speaker, as I finalize and I say, we must deal with it the way it is done, ruthlessly, without fear or favor. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.